I don't know how well you can see, but there's Nathan for reference. This mystery squash is growing all through the garden, pretty much. And Nathan discovered this morning that the fruits are getting to, what about that big? The fruits get, they flower and they grow to, I don't know, like an inch diameter, and they die. So we're not sure what it is or what crossed, but it's not, this squash is not being a productive squash, so we're just gonna take the whole thing out. Probably give it to the chickens. Pick one off, Miranda. So pick one off and bring it over.
And then the whole thing dies together. I mean, whatever it was, whatever it crossed with.
Looks like a zucchini.
Well, zucchinis can cross with.
Huh.
It looks like it might be a pumpkin and a zucchini cross.
So this is what, I mean, it's cut open, but this is what the outside looks like. This is all the bigger they'd ever get, and they would just die. And there's the inside. We're not sure what it is, but I wanted to try letting it grow. It failed. That squash was crazy long, because it's growing clear down the walkway on that side, and it was, I don't know how much.
It was a 60-foot spread.
It was ginormous. So here's one pile, and we'll probably give this pile to the chickens. I don't know if they need both piles, especially in one day.
They get much more. We just hold one pile.
So, I guess the moral of this story is, if you get a mystery squash, it might not be a good mystery squash. This is my handy watering cup. It's actually a freezer container, but we don't like to use plastic anymore. As much as possible, we try to avoid plastic, so it got repurposed into a watering container. Nathan's gonna pick up the giant squash pile, or the squash leaf pile, and take it to the chickens. So I got 2 eggs while we're waiting for Nathan to get the feed. I looked for eggs and I found 2. He's gonna put the feed on top of these leaves, that way the chickens come up, because it seems like they're scared of it. I'm not sure why, but they're more interested now, but they're still nervous. Now, if that squash was in the garden and they got in the garden, they wouldn't have any problem attacking it. We've never actually had these chickens get into the garden, but we were just looking at pictures yesterday, and maybe Nathan can include some of those. But of our garden 2 years ago, we had went on a 3 or 4 day vacation. I can't remember how exactly it is. It was a rather short vacation, and we came back and the chickens had at that time the chickens we had got in our garden and tore it up. So we have kind of experience with chickens getting in the garden. We have a visitor in our greenhouse. You know what kind of bird it is? Whoa! It's gone. So this is what happens when you leave a bucket of water sit for a couple weeks. Nathan thinks they're tadpoles. I don't think the camera's gonna focus in very well on them. I don't really think that they're tadpoles, but maybe. I don't know what mosquito larvae look like though. Should go look it up. I'll be right back. So I just looked it up. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm fairly sure that there are mosquito larvae. So I'm thinking that just dumping them will kill them if they don't have a place to keep swimming around. I'm not 100% sure. Like, I don't know. I guess I could have looked that up too when I was looking up, but I didn't. So we're just gonna dump this. I guess we can do a little bit of a sunken bed update. So after, let's see, I think it was dug up 3. I know it was dug up at least 3 times. The other day, my helper and I came out and we leveled it out, and they have not dug in it. So I might try planting a shorter term crop in there. All my tomatoes, except for the one, somehow this tomato lived right there, but it's not growing very well, which it should, because this is like a full sun area. So I might try planting a shorter term crop, but it has not been dug up again in probably about a week. So we'll see if we can't get something else planted in there. But that's the update on the sunken bed people have been asking for. So while we're over here and I'm thinking about it, I'll do a little bit of a temptation seed update. We planted them about 5 months ago. We started with 20 or 21 seeds. Well, cups. We planted 2 or 3 seeds in each cup. We ended up with 1 plant that survived. Now, this is that plant right here. Since we've gotten it planted outside, it's grown a lot. We have not gotten any strawberries off of this. But we'll try growing it again next year just for the challenge, because it's kind of cool just to see if you can grow strawberries from seeds, because it's difficult and I want to improve. I'm usually the one that gets stuck in the fence. Okay, so picking a tomato is easier with a knife, but I didn't have a knife. So there's the first red-ish tomato of the season. It does have a split in it, but I'm gonna try to cut that split out and use as much of that as possible. This is the Jimmy Norello. Jimmy Nardello. I know at least this one is ripe, but this one's turning colors too. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick it, but it's mostly starting to turn red. I've never tried this pepper before, so it'll be interesting to see what it tastes like. It doesn't say if it's a sweet or a hot. I assume it's a sweet. This pepper right here, which is a Corno di Toro pepper. It is absolutely loaded. These look like jalapenos, but I think they're a sweet pepper also. They're huge though. And there's I think 6 of them on here. This is the kind of pepper you want though. It grows peppers, not just leaves like its neighbor over there. This is I think this is Charleston Hot. Yeah, this Charleston Hot has blossoms, but I don't actually. It has blossoms on it, so it is growing. It'll grow peppers soon. It's just, it will start growing peppers soon because it's got several blossoms on it. It's just this one already had 6 on it.
Onions are about ready to be picked, looks like. And I can see our potatoes are just about done. Probably give probably give the potatoes another week and see where we're at with those. But I could start digging new potatoes now. Just give them the longest chance possible to develop a little bit bigger.
So I'm really excited about this cabbage. Right now it's probably only the size of my fist, but it's a little cabbage and it's our first cabbage we've ever grown. I'm just really excited about it. We will have broccoli, it looks like, and there are some more cabbages, but that one's the biggest one. I'm just really excited. Here's another little cabbage. That one's not nearly as big. I think this is I think these 2 plants are cauliflower.
These are all broccoli, I think.
But I'm not exactly sure, so we'll see.
Alright, we're gonna go look at the in-ground garden here.
These are 2 peppers that we grew from seed. One of them is a cayenne pepper, and I think the other one's a chocolate bell pepper. And then these 2 are cherry tomatoes, and we got a bunch of little green cherry tomatoes all over this. This is probably our best growing tomato, which is funny because neither Nathan or I are particularly huge fans of cherry tomatoes, and they cook up at time and sauce or whatever. We got, it looks like most of these have starts of little tomatoes on them. That one's got tomatoes. So tomatoes are coming in Ohio. We'll have, probably won't have tomatoes for a couple more weeks on a regular basis, but we did get one tonight. So over here we have our 4 Cherokee tan pumpkins that survived. We started with 6, but we have 4 still, and they're doing good. They kind of got a multicolored leaf on it, which I wasn't expecting, because most squash that I've ever grown are just like a green leaf. These look like little tiny elderberries. So this is the first year that we're gonna have elderberries, so I'm not sure really what to expect, but it looks like they flower and then they turn into berries. That's just a guess, I'm not exactly sure, but if these are any indication, like these are the actual berries, looks like we're gonna have a lot, which is okay in my books. Thank you for touring our garden with us, and we hope to keep more exciting produce hauls like this, and they just hopefully keep getting bigger for a while.